still a student?
Holiday.
Oh, okay, here we go. So we start at our revision. Ready?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. First question. Were you able to speak English a few years ago? Were you able to speak English a few years ago? Yes or no?
Yes.
I was able to
I was
speak
able
English
to speak
a few
English
years ago.
a few years ago.
Very good. Are you able to reach this book without standing up? Are you able to reach this book without standing up? No, I'm not
No,
able to
I'm not
reach that
able
book
to read that
without
book
standing up.
without standing up.
Very good. Will you be able to speak English well if you study a lot? Will you be able to speak English well if you study a lot? Yes, I'll be
Yes,
able to
I'll be
speak
able
English
to
well
speak English well
if I study a lot.
if I study a lot.
Very good. Have you been able to answer all the questions I have asked you without too much difficulty? Have you been able to answer all the questions I have asked you without too much difficulty? Yes, I have been able
Yes, I have been
to
able
answer all
to
the
answer
question
all the
you asked
questions
me
you
without
ask
too
me
much
without
difficulty.
too much difficulty.
Very good. Tell me the names of some things that we make in factories. Tell me the names of some things that we make in factories, please. The names of
The
some
names
things
or
that we
something
make in
that we make
factories
in
are
factory
cars,
are
pens,
cars,
etc.
pens, etc.
Do you think work in a factory can be pleasant? Do you think work in a factory can be pleasant? Yes or no?
Yes,
I think work in
I
a
think
factory
work in a
can be
factory
pleasant.
can be pleasant.
Very good. Do soldiers wear ordinary clothes? Do soldiers wear ordinary clothes? No. Soldiers
No,
don't wear
soldiers don't wear
ordinary clothes.
ordinary
They
clothes.
wear uniform.
They wear uniform.
Very good. Can you paint? Can you paint? Yes or no?
No,
I can't paint. No, I can't
I can't
paint.
paint.
Yeah, me neither.
No,
Okay,
I
next.
can't paint.
How much does it cost to stay in an ordinary hotel for one night in your town? How much does it cost to stay in an ordinary hotel for one night in your town? It costs about
It costs about 9,000 yen
to stay
to
in an
stay
ordinary
in an
hotel
ordinary
for
hotel
one night in my
for
town.
one night in my town.
Very good. Can you understand all the words when you listen to a song in English? Can you understand all the words when you listen to a song in English? No, I can't
No, I
understand
can't
all the
understand
words when
all
I
the words
listen to a
when I
song
listen to
in
the song
English.
in English.
Right, what's the difference between the words fun and funny? What's the difference between the words fun and funny? The difference between
The
the
difference
words
between
fun
the
and
words
funny
fun and
is that
funny
if
is
something is
that
fun,
if something is
we
fun,
enjoy it,
we enjoy it,
whereas if something is
whereas
funny,
if something is funny,
it makes us laugh.
it makes us well.
Do you sometimes go shopping with your friends at the weekend for fun? Do you sometimes go shopping with your friends at the weekend for fun? Yes or no?
Yes,
I sometimes go
I
shopping
sometimes
with
go
my
shopping
friends
with my
at the
friends
weekend for fun.
at the weekend for one.
What's the funniest film you've ever seen? What's the funniest film you've ever seen?
Mr. Bean
Is the funniest
is
film
the funniest
I've
will
ever seen.
I've ever seen.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, next. Have you had your lunch today? No. Have you had your lunch today? No, I haven't
No,
had my
I haven't
lunch
had
today.
my lunch today.
Still breakfast. Have you
Still
always
break.
been able to speak English as well as you speak it now? Have you always been able to speak English as well as you speak it now? No, I haven't
No,
always
I
been
haven't always
able to
been
speak
to
English
able to speak
as
in
well as I
as
speak
well
it
as
now.
I speak it now.
Very good. Has the winter begun? Has the winter begun? No, the winter
No,
hasn't
the wind
begun.
hasn't begun.
Very good. Have you ever known anybody who could speak more than five languages? Have you ever known anybody who could speak more than five languages? Yes or no?
Yes,
I've known somebody
I will know
who could
somebody
speak more
who
than
can speak
five
more
languages.
than five language.
What's the furthest you've ever swum? What's the furthest you've ever swum? The furthest I've
The
ever
forest
swum
above small
is
is
how many meters? 100 meters? 200
uh,
meters?
f- five five
5
kilometers.
5 kilo. Oh, very far. I don't know how to swim.
Mm.
Okay. Is it possible to learn English simply by listening to English songs? Is it possible to learn English simply by listening to English songs? No. It isn't
No,
possible
it isn't
to learn
possible
English
to learn
simply by
English
listening
simply by
to English
listening
songs.
to English song.
Have you ever taken things that weren't yours by mistake? Have you ever taken things that weren't yours by mistake? Yes or no?
Yes,
I've sometimes
I
taken
sometimes
things that
taking things
weren't mine
that
by
were mine
mistakes.
by mistake
By mistake.
by mistakes.
Have you shaken anybody's hand today? Have you shaken anybody's hand today? Yes or no?
No,
I haven't shaken
I haven't
anybody's
shaken
hand today.
anybody's hands today.
Very good. Have you written anything this lesson? Have you written anything this lesson? Yes or no?
No,
I haven't written
I haven't
anything
written
this lesson.
anything this lesson.
Very good. What does the word weather mean and when do we generally use it? What does the word weather mean and when do we generally use it? The word weather
The
means
word
the
weather
same
means
as if,
the same as
and
if,
we generally use
and
it
we generally use
when
it
we express a
when we
doubt.
express a doubt.
Give me an example. Give me an example, please. I don't know whether
I don't know whether
he speaks English or
he
not.
speaks English or not.
Very good. Do you know whether I have any money in my pocket? Do you know whether I have any money in my pocket? No, I don't
No,
know whether
I don't know
you have
whether
any money
you
in
have
your
any
pocket.
money in your pocket.
Right. Do you have any idea whether they speak German or not? Do you have any idea whether they speak German or not? No, I don't have
No,
any
I don't
idea
have any
whether they
idea
speak
whether
German
they
or
speak
not.
German or not.
Can you tell me whether it will rain tomorrow or not? Can you tell me whether it will rain tomorrow or not? Yes or no?
Yes,
I can tell you
I can tell
whether
you
it will rain
whether
tomorrow
it
or
will
not.
rain tomorrow or not.
What's another use of the word weather? What's another use of the word weather? Another use of the
Another
word
use
weather
of the word
is
weather
when two
is
possible
when two
actions
possible
have the
actions
same result.
have the same result.
Give me an example. Give me an example, please. Whether it rains
Whether
tomorrow
it
or
rains
not,
tomorrow or
I'll go
not,
for a walk.
I'll go for a walk.
Very good. What's the difference between these two sentences? I'm going to buy the car if it's cheap, and I'm going to buy the car whether it's cheap or not. What's the difference between these two sentences? I'm going to buy the car if it's cheap, and I'm going to buy the car whether it's cheap or not. The difference between
The difference
those two
between
sentences
those
is, one more,
sentences.
the difference between
The difference between
those two sentences
those two
is
sentences
that the first
is that
sentence
the
means
first
I'm
sentences
going
mean
to buy the
I'm
car
going to buy a
only
car
if it's cheap,
only if it's cheap,
whereas the second
whereas
sentence
the
means
second
I'm
sentences
going
mean
to buy the
I'm
car
going to buy a
if it's
car
cheap
if
or
it's cheap
expensive.
or
The
expensive.
price is not
The
important.
price is not important.
Very good. What is the highest speed a car can go when in town in your country? What is the highest speed a car can go when in town in your country? The highest speed
The
a
highest
car
speed
can go
a car
when
can
in
go
town in my
when in town
country is
in my country is 60
kilometers
kilometers
per hour.
per hour.
Very good. Do you like unpleasant surprises? Do you like unpleasant surprises? No, I don't like
No, I
unpleasant
don't like
surprises.
unpleasant shop prices.
Does it surprise you when somebody from another country speaks your language well? Does it surprise you when somebody from another country speaks your language well? Yes, it
Yes,
surprises
it
me
surprises me
when somebody
when
from another
somebody
country
from another
speaks
country
my language well.
speaks my language as well.
Well, is it a big struggle for you to get up on a cold winter's morning when you feel very tired? Is it a big struggle for you to get up on a cold winter's morning when you feel very tired? Yes, it's a big
Yes,
struggle for
it's a
me
big struggle
to
for
get
me
up on a
to get
cold
up on a
winter's
cold
morning
winter's
when I
morning
feel very
when I
tired.
feel very tired.
Do you sometimes struggle to understand people when they speak English quickly? Do you sometimes struggle to understand people when they speak English quickly? Yes, I
Yes,
sometimes
I
struggle to
sometimes struggle
understand
to
people
understand the
when they
people
speak English
when they
quickly.
speak English quickly.
Very good, and that's the end of our revision. No, very good, very fast. Let's have new work. Okay, so let's start. Okay, repeat. Surround.
Surround.
Very good. Okay, listen. The word surround is a verb. It means to be around someone or to be around something. For example, the walls are around me. Or I can say the wall surrounds me. Let's practice. What surrounds your building? What surrounds your building? Some buildings
around
or trees
some buildings
surrounds my building.
surround my building.
Very good. Next, repeat. Sword.
Sword,
Very good. Okay, listen. Sword is a noun. For example, katana is a sword. Samurai used swords. Let's practice. When did soldiers stop using swords in battle? When did soldiers stop using swords in battle? Soldiers stop using
soldier, stop
swords in
using sword
battle more
in
than a
battle
hundred
more
years
than
ago.
100 years ago.
Very good. Thanks. Repeat. Computer,
Computer,
internet,
internet,
website,
website,
information.
information,
Very good. Okay, listen. The words computer, internet, website, and information are all nouns. For example, some of the most popular websites are yahoo.com, msn.com, etc. I am using a computer now. We use the internet on our computers. Now we are using the internet to have a class. We need an internet to open, visit these websites, Yahoo or Google. The word information means the things we want to learn. For example, I want to know where the most beautiful place in Japan is. I will use the internet for finding this information. Let's practice. Do you think computers make your life easier or more difficult? Do you think computers make your life easier or more difficult? I think computers
I think
make my
computer
life
make my life
easier or more difficult?
easy,
Easier.
easier.
Very good. Do you often use the internet for finding information? Do you often use the internet for finding information? Yes or no?
Yes,
I often use
I
the
often use
internet for
the internet
finding
for
information.
finding the information.
Do you like shopping on the internet? Do you like shopping on the internet? Yes or yes?
Yes,
I like shopping
I like
on
shopping
the internet.
on the internet.
Very good. What are some of the most popular websites in the world? What are some of the most popular websites in the world? Some of the most
Some of the
popular
most
websites
popular
in the world
websites
are
in the world are
like
Google,
Google, Amazon, etc.
Amazon, etc.
Very good. Next, repeat. Turn off.
Chrome now.
Turn on.
Turn off.
Very good. Okay, listen. We turn the light on when it's dark. We turn on the computer when we want to use it. The opposite of turn on is turn off. We turn the light off during the day. Okay, so I don't have the light here. What am I doing? What am I doing? You're turning the light
You're turning the
on and
light
off.
on and off.
Very good. Do you turn off the computer when you go to bed at night? Do you turn off your computer when you go to bed at night? Yes or no?
Yes,
I turn off my
I turn off
computer
my
when I
computer
go to bed
when I
at
go
night.
to bed at night.
Very good. Next, repeat. Great.
Great,
Lake.
take,
Very good. Okay, listen. The word great generally means very good, but it can sometimes mean big or important. For example, the film is great means the film is very good. When we speak about the Great Lakes in North America, we mean they're very big. When we say that somebody's a great man, we generally mean that they are important in public life. Let's practice. What does the word great mean? What does the word great mean? The word great
the word
generally
great
means very
generally
good,
means
but
very good,
it can sometimes
but it
mean
can sometimes
big
mean
or important.
big or important.
Give me an example of the word great meaning very good. Give me an example of the word great meaning very good. This film is great.
This film is
I
great.
know a great
I
restaurant
know a
near
great
here.
restaurant near here.
Who do you think is your greatest friend? Who do you think is your greatest friend? I think my
I
greatest
think
friend
my
is
greatest friend is
who? Who's your best friend?
my my you
Very good.
uni.
Very good. Okay. Tell me the name of some great people in history. Tell me the name of some great people in history, please. The names of
The
some
names
great
of
people
some great
in
people
history are
in history
Mahatma
are
Gandhi,
Mahatma Gandhi,
Albert Einstein,
Albert
etc.
Einstein, etc.
Who do you think was the greatest man that ever lived? Who do you think was the greatest man that ever lived? I think,
I think
let's say
uh,
Einstein was the greatest
Einstein
man
was the greatest
that
man
ever lived.
that ever lived.
Very good. Which is the greatest city in your country? Which is the greatest city in your country?
Tokyo
is the greatest city
is the
in my
greatest city
country.
in my country.
Very good. Next, repeat. Kept,
Debt,
promise,
promise,
keep a promise,
keep a promise,
break a promise.
break a promise.
Very good. Okay, listen. The past simple and the past participle of the verb keep is kept. So keep, kept, kept. For example, I kept some money in the bank. I've kept some animals at home. When we say to keep a promise, it means to do what you have said you will do. The opposite of to keep a promise is to break a promise. For example, I haven't always kept my promises. Sometimes I've broken them. Let's practice. What is the past simple and the past participle of the verb to keep? What is the past simple and the past participle of the verb to keep? The past simple
The past
and the
simple
past
and the
participle
past
of the verb
participle
to keep
of the verb to
is
keep
kept.
is kept.
Have you ever kept any animals at home? Have you ever kept any animals at home? Yes or no?
Yes,
I've kept some
I've
animals
kept
at
some
home.
animals at home.
What's the opposite of to keep a promise? What's the opposite of to keep a promise? The opposite
The
of to
opposite
keep a
of
promise
to keep a
is to
promise
break a promise.
is break a promise.
Have you always kept your promises? Have you always kept your promises? Yes or no?
Yes,
I've always kept
I've
my
always
promises.
kept my promises.
Very good. Next, repeat found.
Found.
Very good. Okay, listen. The past simple and the past participle of find is found. For example, I found a book I lost yesterday. I found something in the street worth a lot of money. Let's practice. What's the past simple and the past participle of find? What's the past simple and the past participle of find? The past simple
The
and
past
the
simple
past
and the
participle
past
of
participle
find is
of
found.
find is found.
Did you find English very difficult when you began studying it? Did you find English very difficult when you began studying it? Yes or no?
Yes,
I found English
I found
very
English
difficult
very
when I
difficult
began
when
studying
I
it.
began to study.
Have you ever found anything on the street worth a lot of money? Have you ever found anything on the street worth a lot of money? Yes or no?
No,
I've never found
I've never
anything
found
on the street
anything on the
worth a
street
lot of money.
worth a lot of money.
Very good. Next, repeat else.
Else,
Very good. Okay, listen. The word else is an adverb. We use it to talk about other things, other people, other places, etc., apart from what was named. For example, I study Spanish besides English. Or we can say, I study something else besides English. That is Spanish. Let's practice. What else do people do in the evening besides watching TV? What else do people do in the evening besides watching TV? People eat,
people eat,
read, go
read,
for walks
go for
in the
walks
evening
in the
besides
evening
watching TV.
besides watching TV.
Do you study anything else besides English? Do you study anything else besides English? Yes or no?
Yes,
I study something
I
else
study something
besides
else
English.
besides English.
What else do you study? What else do you study? I also study.
I also study mathematics.
Very good. Does anybody else in your family speak English besides you? Does anybody else in your family speak English besides you? Yes or no?
Yes,
Somebody else in my
somebody else
family
in my
speaks
family
English
speaks
besides me.
English besides me.
Very good. Next, repeat fast.
Fast,
Very good. Okay, listen. The word fast means the same as quick or quickly. The word fast is both an adjective and an adverb. So we do not put ly. We don't say fastly. We just say fast. For example, we say he writes fast, and we don't say he writes fastly. So the word fast is adjective and adverb. Let's practice. What does the word fast mean? What does the word fast mean? The word fast
the
means
word
the
fast
same
means
as quick
the same
or
as quick
quickly.
or quickly.
Are you a fast writer? Are you a fast writer? Yes or no?
No,
I'm not a fast
I'm
writer.
not a fast writer.
Do you walk fast when the weather is very hot? Do you walk fast when the weather is very hot? Yes or no?
No,
I don't walk
I
fast
don't walk
when
fast
the weather is
when the
very hot.
weather is very
I
hot.
walk slowly.
I walk slowly.
Very good. Next, repeat music,
Music
dance,
as
rhythm,
rhythm,
sense of rhythm,
sense of rhythm,
Very good. Okay, listen. The word music is a noun. Music is the sound we make that is pleasant to listen to, nice to listen. Songs are musics to our ear. Dance is a verb. For example, I like to dance. I like to go dancing very much. Rhythm is a noun. It means a repeated action or a repeated sound. For example, she dances in rhythm. He can't dance well in the rhythm of the music. He doesn't have a sense of rhythm. Let's practice. Do you go dancing very much? Do you go dancing very much? Yes or no?
No,
I don't go dancing
I don't go
very
dancing
much.
very much.
Is it easier to dance well if you have a good sense of rhythm? Is it easier to dance well if you have a good sense of rhythm? Yes, it's
Yes,
easier to
it's
dance
easier
well
to dance
if you
well
have a good
if you
sense
have
of
a good
rhythm.
sense of rhythm.
Do you prefer dancing to fast or slow music? Do you prefer dancing to fast or slow music? I prefer dancing
I
to
prefer dancing to
fast or slow.
classical.
Which one?
Dancing to
Slow music or fast
s-
music?
fast music.
Fast music. Very good. Okay, so now let's move on to reading. Very good practice. Okay, so our reading is at stage 4, paragraph page 220. Last headword was president. Okay, please start at page 221. Strong, weak, physical.